Alright, it is time to do a CSS battle for September 28th. That was a disaster yesterday. I'll try to be less of a disaster today, but we'll see. I'm just going to set the background on the HTML to orange. The body. I feel like I'm going to fail at corner style again today, so let's see. Margin 100, and let's see what 100 is. Outline 1 pixel solid. I'm already doing something stupid. Oh, there's no color. Well, I should still see it. Oh, because I can't spell outline. There we go. Alright. Vertical is 90. Horizontal is 70, 60, 60. Okay. Border, 30 pixels solid. Purple. Oh, okay, that's right. It's not thick enough, it needs to be thicker. 50, 60. Corner type. Camper. Of course I can't figure that out. Corner style? I don't think that's right. Corner type. CSS. Corner shape. Someday I'll remember the actual property name. Notch. Bevel. That's the one I want, not camper. Bevel. Now I have to specify radius. Border radius 60 pixels. Okay, now at least today I know that this can have two factors. But I may not figure out how it works. Why'd that make it bigger? Oh, because I got rid of the margin. I meant to get rid of the outline, but I got rid of both the outline and the margin, which makes it bigger. Okay, sorry. Alright, let's try this again. Alright, that makes it not better. So let's try 40. Okay. Okay. That is that shape. Now, what about the other one? If I add a paragraph here, background red, padding 10, it's going to move everything, it's going to push everything around in the body. Margin 0. What if I specify a height here? Okay. seeing the border on the paragraph tag, which is fine. Let's say border color red, just so we can see where it is. And let's move the margin minus 50, 0, corner. Actually, border radius is what I think I want. Border radius 0. Okay. Now margins minus 60. What is controlling the height of the thing? 0. Padding. Now is it the same? Yes. 10. 20. Get rid of that one. Now it's the right shape. Well, it's the right size, it's not the right shape. How do we fix that? I'm not sure. Border image. I've tried this before and been a complete failure. But let's try something. We're going to say border image, conic gradient. And I'm just going to go red, blue. So there we get 4 of them. If I do that, we get something interesting. Okay, what if it isn't red, blue, but what if it's purple? And it's from, what is that going to be? It's going to be from minus 45 degrees to, let's call it 25%. And then, I don't need all those letters. White for 75%. Okay. Do I need another 0 in here? Now we're getting close-ish. But instead of white, what if it were, whoops, not broken, that, and transparent? That did not go well. Where did red come from? Oh, background. Interesting. Border color. Instead, that's white. Border color matters not. Can I do another conic gradient? I don't know. Conic gradient. Red, blue. No. Alright, so what if it was, instead of another conic gradient, I think I'm going to fail with this. What if it went, this was 25%, nope, 50, and then it went purple again, 75%, and then transparent again. Have to have a comma. And let's call this, for now, 100%. That's going to be wrong, but that's okay. I have the basic thing down. The problem is that I need these, I need these to offset separately. So this would be, what would it be? It would be 45 degrees. This would be 90, 135 degrees. This would be 182, 25 degrees. And then this one would be 315. And I need some zeros, I think. It's not working the way I want, but it's not going to work the way I want either, I don't think. At 50%, 25%. Well, DevTools. Okay. I think that's a failure. I like the idea, but I don't think it can quite work, even though I'm doing it slightly wrong. Because the offset, I only get one offset, and I need two offsets, is the problem. So, interesting idea, but didn't work. That's okay. Background. Conic gradient. Red, blue. Border 0. Outline 1 pixel solid. Okay, it doesn't have any height. What's that going to be? 50? 60? Okay. So I'm going to need two conic gradients. One is going to be, and I have options here. Let's make this purple. Let's make the first one transparent. I'll turn off the second one for a minute so I don't confuse myself. Alright, from minus 45 degrees, it's going to be transparent. Nope. It's going to be purple. To 45 degrees. And then transparent. Got stuff all kinds of in the wrong place. Alright, this is going to be 90, I bet. Okay, that's the right idea. Now I need to move it up at 50%, 25 pixels. 50, 40, now it needs to be wider, so it's going to be minus 55, 6, 54, 53, 53 looks right, 53, 47 times 2, does that make sense? No. So this is going to be 106. Alright, there's one of them. Now I need the same thing flipped around. I need the same thing flipped around. It's purple, right? Can I add another paragraph? I don't know. Scale -1. Margin minus 120. 20. Yeah, it's going to cover it up, is the problem. Okay. back to the previous plan. So this is not going to be a short solution, but that's okay. This one's going to be 53 plus 180 is math. Let's just do this. $233. I'm not sure that's right, but let's get something. 233. Actually, looks okay. Now I just need to change this to 85. Not 875. 75. Okay, that should be the shape I need. 4 minutes left. Yeah, that's a match. Okay. Can I now say I don't need that to be inherited? I don't think any of this to be inherited. Maybe margin 0. Let's look at what we actually have. Okay, that's not bad. It's going to change my margins a little bit to, I think, like 52. That's not quite right. Oh, right, because it needs to be more, minus 68. And this one's going to be 8 less 12. Okay, there's that. Now I don't need to clear the border. Don't need to clear the border radius. I still need padding. And the conic gradient could be shortened, but it is kind of what it is. Do I need pixels on those? Evidently I do. Height doesn't need to be 2 zeros. Does it need to be there at all? I think it does. Yeah. Margin, solid, corner shape. Alright, I'm just going to minify and call it a day because I need... I don't need all of those. Don't need all of those. That minus has to stay. That can go away. That can go away. That can go away. Do I need that 0? Nope. Alright. Not great, but better than yesterday. Yesterday was a disaster. At some point I may revisit that one just because I was an idiot. Another space here. Yeah, so 290, not great. The conic gradient, there's a better way to do that than the way I did it. I'm sure one of my clever friends will figure it out, but that's all I have time for today. Thanks for watching. See you next time.